Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. It's a privilege to introduce you viewers to the #1 current affairs program in our country. Remember, we deal with the issues that is taking place in our country on a daily basis, on a nightly basis. Remember, we are live on Facebook when our show go live on television on Synergy Network. We also live on YouTube. It's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. Also share our live stream on Facebook, viewers. It is a must. The reason why we encourage you, viewers, is to let people, friends, family outside of Trinidad and Tobago know about our show, what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, the issues that are arising on a daily basis. So, share our live stream. That is all I ask you to do. Now, while saying that about Real Talk with Saieed Ali, Real Talk Finance and Investment, they are offering you 4% on a fixed deposit. Now, once you set up a fixed deposit with us, you are getting cash up front. Now, this cash that you are going to be getting is based on the amount of years you put a fixed deposit for. Now, if you put a fixed deposit with us for 5 years and over, you're going to get 4% and you're going to get that interest up front. Now, at other financial institutions, you have to wait until the end of your maturity date for your fixed deposit in order to get your interest. So what we are doing here at Real Talk, we are giving you your interest up front. That is what we are doing. Now, with having interest up front, you could go for vacation, you could do over your house, you could buy new furniture, you could probably pay down on a car for the interest that you will be getting. Now, 4% on a fixed deposit interest over 5 years. You put it for less than 5 years, your percentage will vary. But you could still get your interest up front. Up front. We are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago is doing this. We have taken the decision to do that because of the way things are in Trinidad present. Hard times are hitting us. You need extra cash. So we at the Real Talk here, Finance Department, we have taken that decision to make it easier for you. I'll tell you something, You need to enjoy your money while you're living. Not when you're sick. When you're dead, somebody else spending it for you. So hence the reason why we make this tough decision in this timing to make sure you can enjoy the interest of your hard-earned cash on a fixed deposit. Remember, nobody else does it better than Real Talk. Be members of our credit union, buy shares, open a savings account, plant a seed today that you will benefit tomorrow. Remember that? That's a financial tip for you. So Trinidad and Tobago, as we start up with our news tonight, I just want to touch on this before I go to Erla. Boy, let me tell you something. We have some retarded people in the cabinet. But we ain't going to touch on that yet. Listen to this. Listen to the good news before I bring the retarded news to you. Because we are not retarded citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We are properly well capable of understanding. So here's the good news. Nutrimix flour mills has reduced some of its flour price between 5 and 17%. A move that stakeholders believe will benefit households the most. According to a release, effective immediately, the price of its Country Pride and Nutrimix Premium Grade 2 kg and 10 kg range of flour it says country pride 2 kilogram and telegram and 10 kg baker's flour were reduced by 17%. 2 kilogram all purpose by 8% and the 10 kg by 13%. Its cake and whole wheat flour 2 kilogram bag were reduced by 5%. Nutrimix premium grade flour 2 kilogram and 10 kg were reduced by 9 and 10%. It added that the price drop is due to several factors, including the global decrease in wheat price and the shipping costs, and its initiative to increase the efficiency of operation. So Trinidad and Tobago, it's a plus for us right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, the Supermarket Association President Rajiv Dipti also stated that this recent reduction would be welcomed by customers, especially on an item that is a key in household. Dipti said customers will benefit from the new price once Nutrimix formally communicates with the groceries. So Trinidad and Tobago, that is a plus for us in our country. Now, because of the price of wheat went up recently and the shipping cost has went up, what Nutrimix is saying is that because of the low price in wheat that they are paying, because of the drop in shipping and the effectiveness of their operation, they are proud to present this to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. That is what you call production. Now, the real thing, viewers, is are we going to see a price drop on what these flour creates, like bread, cake, pastries, doubles? Are we going to see a reduction of prices in items like these? Are we going to see a reduction of prices on the shelves? Let me just read this for you one more time, so you would understand what to look for when you go to the grocery. Now, effective immediately, Country Pride and Nutrimix premium grade 2 kilogram and 10 kg. Country Pride 2 kilogram and 10 kg baker's flour were reduced by 17%. 2 kilogram all purpose by 8%. 10 kilogram by 13%. Its cake and whole wheat flour 2 kilogram bag were reduced by 5%. Nutrimix premium grade flour 2 kilogram and the 10 kilogram were reduced by 9 and 10%. So remember that, viewers. Remember that. Let me tell you something. You get to make a little more money in your pocket to buy a little extra something at the grocery. Remember, this is coming from Nutrimix Group. Remember that. Congratulations to them. And I hope we could see other companies in Trinidad and Tobago that are producing items locally could do the same thing. Let's hope for it in the coming days. So, Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines has stated that the action that the government may or may not take on Police Commissioner Earl Hayward Christopher tenure will not involve the Parliament. So I would like the Minister of National Security in a press briefing to explain to Trinidad and Tobago who are members of the cabinet. This is what I want the National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines to do. Who are the people involved in the cabinet? What are the seriousness in the decisions that the cabinet have to take? What are the roles of the cabinet? Who are the people in the cabinet? Now, according to Fitzgerald Hines, the decision that the cabinet takes have nothing to do with the parliament. I remember that, eh? Whatever decision the cabinet makes, it will not involve the parliament. Hines spoke as speculation heightened on whether Haywood Christopher tenure, which ends tomorrow, will be extended. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, I was expecting Ola to come back right there. Right there. She did nothing for a huge salary, and she will go back right there, do absolutely nothing for a huge salary again. So tonight, Trinidad and Tobago, we at Real Talk Group, in fact, wants to congratulate Ola Haywood Christopher for reappointment into the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Now, listen to this, eh? You want to give Shelley a round of applause now? Let's welcome the Commissioner of Police. I believe she will be 60 years old by month end. Lack of production. Let's give her a round of applause. Let it run. 61 by month end, I believe. Lack of interest in Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Lack of vision, lack of production, lack of stimulated ideas for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. So we welcome the not functional Ola Haywood Christopher back into the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service as the Commissioner of Police. And there she is. There she is, Trinidad and Tobago. There she is, our brilliant Commissioner of Police, who cannot bring forth one fruit to the police service. Now, I want to ask Fitzgerald Hines, if Fitzgerald Hines is comfortable with a 60-year-old woman, head of Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, with no vision. That's number one. Without a vision, my people will perish. Thus said the Lord. Number two, lack of ideas. If you do not have ideas, how can you be productive and successful? Number three, no growth, no intention. If you are lazy, how you expect to work and get $5 in your pocket? I have it for you tonight, you know. I set for you tonight. From the time that memo hit me, I was like, nah, Ola, you're going to get it tonight. You're going to get it tonight. Because the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we tired. We tired of lack of vision from the head of TTPS. We tired of no skilled. We tired of bandit breaking down the door and nobody is saying nothing. We tired of having a leader that have no vision. Absolutely no vision. So I want to know now, who are the people in the cabinet that appointed a visionless woman? A woman with no substance or idea to Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. A woman with no care for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Anything could happen in our country. Lack of vision, lack of idea, lack of what? Lack of freshness. I have a message for the bandit of Trinidad and Tobago tonight. I have a message for them. You know what's the message for them? Congratulations to the Bandit Association of Trinidad and Tobago. All I get back, a woman with no production again. So you know what's going to happen to Trinidad and Tobago in the next year? All you know what's going to happen? Before was to the end of the ladder. Right down. Now, by the cabinet putting back all of there, they removed the ladder. We removed the ladder. So I want to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. This is stink and selfish of me for saying this, because I live in this country. I am a businessman in this country. I am a father in this country. I am a public figure in this country. You understand? Many citizens of Trinidad and Tobago just look up the side. Why? A prominent businessman. Somebody who does do spiritual work. Somebody who's upstanding and fights for the right of the citizens in our country. You know why I had to tell the Bandit Association? I'll welcome a headless individual in Trinidad and Tobago. Because they may have no idea in their brain. You know why am I saying that? I am saying this based on what comes out of the commissioner. I have failed in my tenure as being the commissioner of police. None of my idea works. I'm saying that coming from her mouth. From her mouth. So, I'm making a bold statement here, and I don't care who vexing her. I don't care who vexing her, because now the Bandit Association get privilege. Because the first year, they see what she could have done. In the second year, it's better coming out to work. Who vex? The truth is the truth. Every government minister have bodyguard. Bandit can't go wrong them. But staying on this now, all I hear over the weekend, I believe one of them government office, up by the zoo side there, Bandit breaking and take some uniform. It happened over the weekend gone there. An office that is being guarded, Bandit went inside it. In the dormitory, I believe they lost 2 uniforms. Imagine that. It gone. So citizens of our country, this might be blunt and really not the words that all expected to hear from Saieed, right? But if all could leave Trinidad, all fly out. The police uniform they're going with it. 2 police uniform they're going with. In a guarded building, in the dormitory they're going with it. Imagine that. So viewers, those of you who have all a visa, all fly out. Those of you who do not have visa, all try to get all a visa and better all yourself outside Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you who cannot leave, all find some job in some other country that pays better than Trinidad, and all bill all yourself. You know why I'm saying that? Let Saieed make his statement now. Because of the lack of performance that comes from the commissioner office. Because of the lack of performance that comes from the commissioner of police, who is sitting on the commissioner's chair for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Lack of performance. In the first year, the bandits saw what you could do and what you couldn't do. You did absolutely nothing. If I sat for 1 year and I tell her that she's a waste of time, and all saw no production, she admit no production, she can't go further than the white line on the road. All still going and put back that? So, Fitzgerald Hines, could you come out in a media briefing now and tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who are the cabinet? Who are the people that makes up the cabinet? Who are the people that come together to put back earlier? Who are those people? Huh? Those people ain't care if the bandits run into your house or not in Trinidad and Tobago. Take what I'm telling all you. Because under Earl Haywood Christopher, let me tell you something. Bandits run amok in Trinidad. Run amok. Without vision, my people will perish. Without a leader, my people will perish. Without somebody to stand firm at the head, my people will perish. All you saw, banditry took place throughout Trinidad and Tobago for 1 whole year, and nobody to pass up. Absolutely nobody. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break. But before we go for that break, let's listen to this, During the 101st TTPS Sports Day and Family Day on Saturday, Haywood Christopher avoided question from the media following a prize-giving ceremony. However, she called for unity within TTPS. Let's listen to this.
In this fast-paced and dynamic world of law enforcement, Unity is not merely a virtue, it is a strategic imperative. As an organization, our strength lies not in the individual prowess of any single officer, but in our collective ability to stand together as one cohesive unit. A star investigator shines even brighter when he or she shares their knowledge, tactics, and skills with colleagues. It is only when we are united we can fortify ourselves against adversity, overcome challenges, and uphold the principles of justice and security upon which our society depends.
Are you here talk? Paula, good night.
I just calling to make a little contribution here. In order for something to become a success, it has to be supported. And this tenure that she gets here again, I'm disappointed because what I expected from her as a commissioner of police, so when they appointed her, is because of the years of experience that she had and the people that she was among in order to get to the top of, to be at the top. I expected her to have more experience and to perform a job that would have been in best of the interest of the people of the country, because in an interview in a television program, she said that she will not be politically influenced at any point in time. And I am seeing that that has been politically influenced there, because according to how it goes, they could do what they want and she's not doing anything at all, or she's not doing anything for them. In other words, again, to like what you said, the bandits and them, they get authority and they get power now to do even more things now because the commissioner not doing the job. And Mr. Said, the next thing again I get to understand is that when matters are going before the courts and things, these matters and things are being put outside, so the people are being outside to play along until some time called. So how many years is going to take for that matter to address or to be called, for somebody to be penalized or to be sentenced for the crime that they have committed? So they have the privilege to continue to do more things in the outside. In the meantime, we wouldn't be safe here, you know. We will never be safe here again, because at the end of the day, a lot of people is supporting the wrongdoings. But if you continue to support the wrongdoings for yourself, what about the children that you have growing up? What about the become of them? So this is what the contribution is tonight. The people needs to look into matters and see where they are going with it. Because at the end of the day, we're going to have a self-destruction in this country. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, the Attorney General refused to pay Auditor General full legal costs after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Realtalk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Realtalk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Realtalk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Realtalk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, we are offering you 4% on fixed deposit, viewers. Over 5 years, you're getting your interest up front. Under 5 years, you're getting your interest up front. The only thing now, viewers, is if you open a fixed deposit with us for less than 5 years, you may not get the 4% interest. Understand? But nevertheless, you know, we like to make investments in Trinidad. So this is the best one for you. 4% on fixed deposit, 5 years and over. Let me tell you something. You're getting hard cash in your hand. Solid cash in your hand. Attorney General Regional Armor have stated that he gave Auditor General Jayawati Ramdas an undertaking that he was prepared to pay her legal fees for independent counsel on a specific matter she sought his advice on. The Auditor General's legal action has claimed that her rights have been breached and she is seeking protection under the law, plus payment of legal fees for advice to navigate the multiple legal issues that have arisen. Amos stated that he told the Auditor General it would have been inappropriate for him to render any advice to her on the matter and recommended that she retain independent legal counsel.
The Auditor General wrote to me on the 17th of April, making a specific request of me in my capacity as Attorney General for legal representation. That request was for legal representation to give her an opinion on sections 24 and 25 of the Exchequer and Audit Act, Chapter 6901. I took legal advice on that, and I replied to the Auditor General on the 19th of April 2024.
Now, viewers, after that, Amos said that on April 24th, he was advised that the Auditor General's purported report for 2023 was sent to the Parliament. Now listen to this.
I refer to the pre-action protocol letter dated the 16th April 2024, which is one of the attachments to your said letter to me. In the circumstances, it would be inappropriate for me to render any advice to you on this matter. I recommend that with all appropriate urgency, you should retain independent legal counsel to give you such advice. I give the undertaking as Attorney General that I am prepared to pay reasonable fees incurred by you as Auditor General for the retention and obtaining of that independent advice. End of quote. Subsequent to my writing to the Auditor General in those terms, I had no further correspondence nor any word from the Auditor General. On the 24th of April, I was advised that the Auditor General had sent her audit report, her purported audit report, to the Parliament, to the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Now, viewers, Amos said he was repeating the content of those letters to put it beyond doubt that he refused to pay for legal fees for the Auditors General, and noted that he was very clear throughout his correspondence regarding his willingness to pay the reasonable legal cost.
I repeat the contents of those two letters, ladies and gentlemen, to put it beyond doubt that insofar as it is being reported that I have refused as Attorney General to pay for legal fees for the Auditor General, that is not correct. I was very clear throughout in my correspondence regarding my willingness to pay the reasonable legal costs as it relates to the retention of counsel for the advice sought by the Auditor General, and any reports to the contrary are erroneous and I fear appear deliberately to mislead.
Caller, good night. Hello? Take your guy, click one time. Moving along. Finance Minister Colin Membut have fired back at claims by opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa that the independent probe into the understatement of revenue for the financial year 2020 and related matters is an illegal sham. President Prasad Bisasa made a claim against the team set up to probe the matter by the cabinet. Asked about Prasad Bisasa assertion, Imbert rejected the suggestion as he defended the team. Keep in mind, this team was approved by Imbert. Keep that in mind. Imbert didn't pull himself away. He okayed the team. Now, he said it is nonsense and added that he is going to conduct an internal investigation to investigate the facts within the Ministry of Finance. Now, Colin Imbert, if the Auditors General did their job and send it back to your ministry asking for documents that she needs in order to give proof to billions of dollars, why are you not sending the documents? Why did you personally call her to ask her, according to Jaiwanti, or according to Ramdas? Imbert said, how can you help the government? She ain't had document for $2.something billion, but you are asking her, Imbert, over a phone call, how you could help the government? Well, you come now, man, Trinidad and Tobago. It's like Navin send an audit, Saieed, do an audit on Real Talk. All the sending all the documents. I did an audit now, and I respond back to Navin. Navin, $200,000 spent here, but I ain't seen no facts. I ain't seen no document. Here, Navin. Navin on a phone call to me now, Saieed, how you could help me out, boy? Me asking how you could help out, asking for documents. That's what I'm asking for. But Saieed, how you could help me out? Navin, I need to see documents for $200,000 spent. Could you provide that for me? Yeah, Navin. Saieed, how you could help me out, boy, with department? Colin. No, Colin's the wrong name. Colin Imbert. You found yourself in a hole. All Ramdas wants is documents. That's all she wants. To cover the sum of money that all your ministry say that was spent. And if she ain't get no document, something is definitely wrong. Somebody have to give an account. Investigate your ministry, Colin, not the Auditors General. The Auditors General finding fault. So you, Colin, you see the judge who you put? Let them investigate the Ministry of Finance and the report now that's sent to all from the Auditor's Office to the Ministry of Finance. Investigate Ministry of Finance. Where the money gone? That is all they had to do. But no, all they didn't do that. All they went a little further now and appointing some hierarchies to investigate the Auditor's Office who found a mistake in the ministry's document. All they had no, Colin, if your ministry had no proof of where the money gone, you expect Ramdas' office to have it? All you expect Ramdas' office to have it? I want to ask the two people, Colin, that the cabinet said to set up, who was approved by you. If Olia sent documents from the ministry to Ramdas to do the office, the Ramdas office, and Ramdas say, you know what, Colin? $1 was spent here. But all you don't have, only send document to where this $1 spent. You go on now, Colin. Approve people by the cabinet to investigate now. Trinidad to make a wallet understand, you know. To investigate now Ramdas office. When Ramdas telling all you, send the document for the dollar. When we did the calculation, we realized that dollar missing. No account for the dollar. Where does document come from? The Ministry of Finance. So Ministry of Finance, where the document? For the dollar. The dollar spent. All you have no document. In return now, Trinidad and Tobago. In return now, the Ministry of Finance set up a team now to investigate now Ramdas office who found the mistake. Calling bold and brave, you know. They're calling bold and brave. The two people who he set up, they're bold and they're brave. Nothing wrong with that, all well and good. But you know where they should start? You know where they should start to investigate? The Ministry of Finance. And the money that was spent, that is not documented in paperwork. And then now go to Ramdas' office. Let Ramdas show you how she come up with it. Let me tell you something. When you have power, when there's a minister, and you hold power in your hand, you could take a 6 and turn it around and tell people it's a 9, and nobody can tell you nothing. You know why? I am the minister. I hold the 6 in my hand. So if I turn it around and tell all it's a 9, it is damn well a 9. When we know it's a 6. When somebody else checked the 9, but wait, now this is not 9, this is a 6. When they correct all you know, all I want to investigate them for correcting all you. This is how we are. That's how we'll end up back in that position. Lack of performance in the office, and we reward them big. We reward them big. Call a good night.
A pleasant good night, my lord. Hello.
Alison, go right ahead.
Hi, Ali, phone number with the operator. Could you give me a call tonight, boy? I need to talk to you, boy.
They'll give you my number, don't worry. Why? I look good, you know. Watch my clunging boat, I look real good, you know. It had nobody more bold and brave than all you. They quite telling all you. All you can't provide documents. And when it was sent back to all you now, ham on the nail head, no document for money spent. All you want to investigate, she? All you want to investigate the one who found the mistakes and telling all you about it? Let me tell you something. You see that auditor and that judge? They should shame. Let me tell you something. For integrity's sake. For integrity's sake. For the shame of the family. For the shame of them who held prominent office. Let me tell you something. They should decline that. You know why? Because of the integrity of the individual. They should resign from that. That is when you know a real man standing up for the damn correct truth. All they make the mistake, all they can't provide document, and all they launch an investigation into her office for the findings that she find and send back to all you. Huh? Nah, boy, they are no shame, boy. You know a lot of people say, dog eat all your shame? Them two men of them who are going to investigate that, but it's shame on all you. It's shame. It's a pity shame never to get people blind. Take what I'm telling all you. And then all you willfully knowing now how the auditor's office is function. All you want to launch an attack and investigation on her, but it's really sad, you know. It's really, really sad for men who had prominent office in Trinidad and Tobago. That is what they're standing for. That. All they want to investigate the department that can't give an account. All they want to investigate the department that find the mistake. This is where it reached to in Trinidad. sad. It's sad. It's stinking sad. Let me tell you something. Government outside of our country looking down on the ministers down here and bawling, what a shame. That's how bad it is. Now, Auditor General Jayawanti Ramdas has initiated a new round of litigations over the public account embroidered. Acting Prime Minister Clongenberg is now being asked to cancel or recall the investigation into what took place. He has been given until 4 p.m. on May 15th to do so. Now listen to this, eh? On May 12th, Attorney Asha Ramlal of Freedom Law Chambers, which is representing Ramdas' issue, a new pre-action protocol letter to Ember challenging the cabinet appointed investigative team to probe the understatement of revenue for the 2023 financial year. The letter reminded that the Public Service Commission under Section 121 of the Constitution had the sole and exclusive jurisdiction for the appointment, promotion, transfer, and discipline of public officers. The letter said the understatement of the government's revenue in the original sum of 3.4 billion originally and subsequently 2.9 billion would give rise to a prime facie cause of conduct. Trinidad and Tobago. It states, by appointing an investigative team, the minister has let's just say he went against the Constitution and the role and function of the independent PS. Ramlal maintained that it was a breach of Section 121 and an impermissible intrusion into the constitutional remit of the PSC. Ramlal said to investigate the action and the conduct of public officer was an illegal and unconstitutional trespass, and added that the Minister of Finance is also I go say the rest. But according to this news, Clongenberg stepped out of office when he decided to make this call. He went against the Constitution when he decided to make this call. Who approved it? Cabinet. So I want to ask Fitzgerald Hines now, who is the cabinet? Who are those in the cabinet that is representing Trinidad and Tobago? And we will know who in the cabinet put back Earla Hayward Christopher Wright. Lack of performance is a better thing for the cabinet. They want to, watchman now. Watchman. They want to, what is the correct word to say, boy? Let me just say this. They want to investigate somebody who's asking answers for missing money. The cabinet, they appoint a team to investigate somebody who found money missing with no paper trail, but put back a woman with no performance in TTP. The dog by the tail. Call a good night.
Again, Mr. Said, I just calling just to say something. You show the money I go in Ghana because at the end of the day, remember, we pay some money to Ghana to get some provision. We get that yet? And they're saying that they have some kind of money banking over there, so they don't know who from the government banking the money.
Yeah, that's not as you on the line. You heard that Trinidad and Tobago have to put a certain amount of money in this bank they call CAF? Trinidad and Tobago, all you know this? According to Cluggenberg, Trinidad and Tobago, they must put a certain amount of money in a bank we call CAF. All you know anything about that? Cluggenberg said, we. Who is we? Cluggenberg, who is we? Have the video, I'll go find it for you tomorrow. And all you can see what I'm talking about. Cluggenberg said, we will invest in a bank they call CAF. Who gave Cluggenberg the right to take our taxpaying citizen money to invest in this bank? Cluggenberg said, we. Who is we, Colin? Who is it? Now you found yourself in a hole. Don't say we. Don't say we. Call a good night. Next one. Attorney General Regional Amo have stated that any suggestion or attempt to portray the drafted Firearm Act as government policy is a lie. Amo pointed to a headline in a daily article which said, government looks to create gun-free zone. Now, the Attorney General stated that the document being referred to as a draft Firearm Act was developed by the UN officers of drug and crime, and he will bring proposal to cabinet in due course. Listen to this.
That document, which is a proposed draft Firearms Bill 2024 for Trinidad and Tobago, was developed by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime for my consideration as Attorney General. That draft UNODC, the acronym for United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, that draft UNODC bill is aligned with the international legal framework on firearms and makes proposals for a comprehensive system of firearms control regulation proposed to me by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime for my consideration in formulating in early formative stages such proposals as I may bring to the cabinet in due course.
Now, viewers, the AG said an attempt to misrepresent the content of that draft can only be categorized as mischief, misinformation, or a lie.
That document, which is a proposed draft Firearms Bill 2024 for Trinidad and Tobago, was developed by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime for my consideration as Attorney General. That draft UNODC, the acronym for United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, that draft UNODC bill is aligned with the international legal framework on firearms and makes proposals for a comprehensive system of firearms control regulation proposed to me by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime for my consideration in formulating in early formative stages such proposals as I may bring to the cabinet in due course.
Now, viewers, with all this being said, the AG, he said, the service only to give the UNC an opportunity to make wild statements not grounded in facts.
Preliminary steps in this process before a document is submitted to cabinet for approval cannot represent government policy. This document has not been submitted to cabinet, does not represent the policy of the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and has served only to give the UNC opposition an opportunity to make wild statements not grounded in fact.
Now, viewers, listen to this, eh? Bartara Sawa MP Saddam Hussein have stated that the government should throw away the proposal Amendment Firearm Act in the dustbin. Now, because it will only benefit illegal gun owners. Hussein said the government is exposing people to risk and questioned the need for a proposed safe zone, saying the criminal will know where people are unarmed. He asked, will licensed firearm holders will secure their weapon in case of trips to the bank where they might be withdrawing a large sum of cash and in time of emergencies. Listen to this.
First is that they want to create something called a gun-free zone. You know what is a gun-free zone? It means that even if you have a legal firearm, you cannot go into that place. And these are the new gun-free zones. The parliament, courts of law, schools, colleges, universities, childcare centers, places of worship, community centers, banks and other financial institutions, taverns and bars, and any government building that is deemed to be a free zone, a gun-free zone. Now, let's analyze this thing. So a businessman going to the bank to withdraw money, where he going to keep his gun? He can't go in the bank with his gun, you know, because that is a gun-free zone. And you know who will know that? The criminals. So what you are doing is that you are increasing the risk of this man getting robbed. Because the criminals know when he leave the bank, he have no firearm on him. Because the firearm either home or it's in a police station. Agree?
You know what I love Saddam Hussein for? I'm not for UNC, I'm not for PNM, I'm not for any political party. But you know what I love about Saddam Hussein? He like me, he will bring the raw facts and throw it on your face. The raw facts and throw it on your face. Now, Hussein also believes that the government is cracking down on legal gun ownership and allowing illegal gun to run away rampant. He said owning a firearm makes no sense if the act is passed, and added that government is trying to water down gun ownership through proposed acts. Listen to this.
So that is what they want to do. They are exposing people to risk. Imagine a businessman or somebody who has a firearm, get a call here on the road, he has his firearm on him. Listen, your son in school, he probably get beat up because we know what's going on with the school violence. He can't go in the school with that firearm. He have to go in a police station first, go home first, and then go in the school to treat with the emergency. That is what they want to do in this country. They want to create gun-free zones. What they are doing is that they are cracking down on legal gun ownership and allowing illegal gun ownership to spread rampant to this country. So it makes no sense to have a legal firearm in this country anymore. So that is why when Kamala Persad-Bissessar says to free up the regulations and stand your ground, it means that you have to protect the citizens. Because what Rowley and his government want to do through this bill is really water down your ownership of a firearm.
I will say in return, protect your property at all cost. All cost. Because I doing that, you know. Let me tell you something. It ain't no police. It ain't no minister. It ain't no commissioner of police to come and tell Saeed how to protect my property, you know. No. Think twice before you come at me. I standing up for the legal gun owners of Trinidad and Tobago. You have your firearm, they jump your fence. What Kamala said? What did Kamala say, Trinidad and Tobago? 1 o'clock in the morning, may I give you permission to come into my property and I get up and see 4 masked men in my property? Where am I to come out and shake their hand and tell them all to go upstairs and rape my wife, my daughter and take out my jewel? That's what you want me to do? Why you making joke? Right? 4 bodies are picking up Friday. 4 bodies are picking up Friday. Side don't say that, they will say what? You're causing violence? 1 o'clock in the morning. Who did you call? Just said, Said, we coming in your property. You call me? You can't call me and tell me you come on my property 1 o'clock in the morning. 4 bodies are picking right there. Right there. Said, you inciting violence. I didn't tell you jump my property 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't. The wife didn't tell you jump the fence. The children didn't say, Daddy, I'm a friend. You know what the children said? Daddy bandit enter we house. Yeah? I'll ever hear the song. They sing on Sunday school. Soon and very soon we are going to see the king. Jump my fence. You see the king, you see the queen, you see the children and all. And you know who go be the senior? The good mother go say, well, I don't know who influenced him. You know how long he doing that and you know? You know how long he doing that and you know? People will tell on themselves. I, Saeed, will afraid to pull a trigger. Think twice. Think twice. And if I'm watching TV while all they jumping, oh God, here we're going on the Rottweilers. They're going to have a feast with all you. Because they will be living while them dog eating all day. I know it's not the right thing to see on TV. But we're talking about crime. Don't jump my fence. And you might live our next day to see God's face. Or you might live our next day to rob somebody. But don't let, watch me. Don't ever let God come out your thought. Come into the wrong side. Neither and he found. Keep your mind that is spiritual. Keep that in mind. And that is always remember Trinidad and Tobago. To remind all you, when they made an attempt to kidnap my son, it had 4 of them. 3 blind who will never see daylight again. The mother taking care of them. And 1, he going to see he king. The viewers? You know, in reality, some will love me, some will not. Because I will tell you something, a bandit don't like when a bandit break open into them house, you know. Understand what I'm saying? A policeman ain't gonna like when a next policeman give him a ticket. Take what I'm telling all you. Or they don't like it. They don't like it. But nevertheless, that was news for tonight. That happened in our country of Trinidad and Tobago. But remember, viewers, we had Real Talk here, Real Talk Finance and Investment. Remember, be members of the credit union. Be members. Plant a seed today. Benefit tomorrow. Make a fixed deposit today for you and your children and reap the upfront cash that you could go on a vacation for. Until we meet again, good night.